Lee County now has a major disaster declaration, meaning grants will be provided for temporary housing and home repairs, among other things. GoFundMe fundraising sites for some of the victims and for damage repairs have exceeded $50,000.
For students staying in town for spring break next week, Auburn University is offering ways to volunteer. The university will sponsor volunteer groups daily next week. Students can sign up at auburn.edu/tornado relief. Director of University Communication Services sat down with Eagle Eye TV to talk about the university's efforts.
Auburn University is, true to its land-grant mission. We're all about outreach, and we're all about doing whatever we can to support the community. And so, certainly we want to do whatever we can to reach out to those that have been affected. We're just seeking the Auburn family to, just to pitch in like always happens with, with our community. Right now, we're just sort of evaluating and seeing, where we can assist and where we can help out. We're certainly looking at those opportunities, and I think, like I say, those are being evaluated case by case. Any way that we can plug in and help, certainly we're willing to do whatever it takes. This is our home county, and we, are seeing throughout social media, hashtag Lee County Strong, and we certainly want to do whatever we can from a university standpoint to be supportive and to, again, help out wherever we can in our home county.
Lee County schools have been closed all week and are expected to reopen next week. President Trump will be visiting the site Friday. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey visited earlier this week.
We've just toured part of the devastation, part of the hardest hit area where most of the deaths occurred, and y'all, it's horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. The devastation to the land and the property, the homes, the buildings, the structures, just nothing left standing. Everything's in shreds.
It's very difficult to bounce back from something like this, and in some cases, if we don't help them by what you've gotten from the president and by the declaration, if we don't help them, they'll never recover.
Well, thank God we got good caring people in Alabama that are pitching in so strongly. There's a lot of uncertainty about what tomorrow may bring, but the one thing we flat do know, there is certainty in the resiliency of the people of Alabama. We've done it before, we'll do it again, and we'll do it here in Lee County as well.
The Beauregard community is sending thanks to volunteers and those who donated, with officials saying the impact has been tremendous.
It means a lot. It means a lot for Governor Ivey to have come out to take the time to look at what we're dealing with, as well as for President Trump to come out and see what the community, what the American public is actually dealing with out here.
Number one, I think it's important for us to be here to be able to support this community, to be able to meet with people who have obviously suffered great damage and to some extent the loss of their loved ones, to know that not only their constitutional officers but the people of Alabama are very much supportive of their efforts and literally lifting them up in prayer.
Tony Patillo, the former Tiger Transit driver who was charged with rape and sodomy of an Auburn University student in the fall of 2017, was found guilty on all charges Monday. The case began last Monday at the Lee County Justice Center in Opelika. Testimonies took place beginning on Wednesday and going through Friday.
The charges Patillo was found guilty of include first-degree rape and sodomy and one account of public lewdness. Patillo is scheduled to be sentenced on April 24th, and he will be facing at least 10 years to life on both the rape and sodomy charges.
In statewide news, Alabama is considering an increased fuel tax to help cover the cost of infrastructure repairs. The 10-cent increase would happen over 3 years. This would raise over $300 million for the state.
Governor Kay Ivey has called on the legislature to have a special session in order to improve the fuel tax legislation. She spoke at a press conference Friday about the need for the Rebuild Alabama plan.
And the revenue that's generated by this investment, and it's a conservative increase of 10 cents, will put us on a track to reserve, repave and replace our roads and bridges in a timely manner rather than getting us backed up into a corner. And with this increase in funding our infrastructure, Alabama will be more responsible in maintaining our roads and bridges. Alabamians will be safer and our future more prosperous. The fact of the matter is, this is a situation that's got to be addressed today, and it's absolutely important that we get this done in a timely fashion, and together, to be successful, We must do this task together.
In her State of the State address Tuesday night, the governor pointed out several statistics surrounding Alabama infrastructure.
The state's infrastructure funding has not been changed in nearly 30 years. Each year, over 69 billion miles are driven on Alabama roads. From 2015 to 2017, nearly 30,000 traffic deaths occurred in the state. 1/3 were attributed in part to road deficiencies.
Counties are resurfacing every 56 years when a recommended schedule is every 15 years. Over half of the 16,000 bridges are older than their 50-year lifespan. Bridges are replaced on average every 186 years in the state. Driving on rough roads costs the average Alabamian $507 annually in vehicle maintenance, equaling $2 billion statewide each year.
The new revenue would be divided between the state, counties, and municipalities to be used mainly for road, bridge, and port improvements.
A political action committee called Stop the Alabama Gas Tax has formed in opposition to the proposal. The group claims Alabamians don't want the additional tax and is working to connect citizens with lawmakers. Alabama's current fuel tax is 18 cents.
After the break, Auburn basketball gets ready for the madness that is March, and baseball's rolling.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
It's my job to pay attention to the game, and I take my job seriously.
While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands.
If you see something that doesn't look quite right, tell a law enforcement official.
We all play an important role in protecting our communities, and you can help.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Green hat. Red hat. Oops. Red shirt, blue shirt, yellow shirt, oops. Yellow pants, red pants, green pants, oops.
Welcome back. I'm Owen Meadows with Eagle Eye Sports. Now, coming off a big win against a tough squad in Mississippi State, the Tigers traveled to enemy territory in Tuscaloosa looking to sweep the Crimson Tide after easily taking them down earlier this season inside the comforts of Auburn Arena. It took a lot of effort from the Tigers last night as they fell down early and the Tide went into the half holding an 11-point lead as Bruce Pearl looked flustered and Alabama coach Avery Johnson looked ready to attack as the second half started. The Tigers had other ideas, however, as midway through the second half, the Tigers, thanks to stellar play by Chuma Okeke and Jared Harper, paired with 11 Alabama turnovers, went on an 18-2 run, and from there, the Tigers were in control of the contest. After being down by 11 at the half, Auburn would outscore Alabama 43-26 in the second half. Chuma Okeke put up Charles Barkley-type numbers and had 17 points paired with career-high 14 rebounds. Jared Harper poured in 16 points of his own. Bryce Brown was cold throughout the game, however, only hitting 2 shots and scoring 7 points, but he was a key energy piece on the defensive side of the ball. The Tigers' next game of the season will be this Saturday against the top SEC-ranked Tennessee Volunteers. The game is slated to tip off at 11 a.m. and can be seen on ESPN. The Auburn pitching staff faced some tough questions coming into this week after a few high-scoring games to start off the season, but after Wednesday night, those questions should have some answers. The Tigers welcomed in UT Martin to Plainsman Park and churned out their third shutout of the last 5 games en route to a 2-0 win and series sweep against the Skyhawks. Eagle Eye's Morgan Evans was at the game.
The Auburn Tigers opened their 2-game series against the UT Martin Skyhawks Tuesday night with a 15-9 win. The first and second innings were rough for the Tigers as they only managed to get 1 run on the board while the Skyhawks scored 6 runs in that span. The Tigers' offense got in their groove in the bottom of the third, scoring 4 runs on 2 RBI doubles and 2 RBI singles, but the Tigers still trailed the Skyhawks 6-5. Sophomore Edouard Julien opened up the 4th inning with his 5th home run of the season, tying the Skyhawks 6-6. UT Martin took the lead in the top of the 5th, but Auburn quickly answered the run with their own and tied the game again. The Skyhawks stole the lead in the 6th, but this time Auburn hit 2 runs in the bottom of the inning to take the lead for the first time. The Tigers now led the Skyhawks 9-8. After a 1-2-3 top of the 7th, Auburn scored 3 more runs in the bottom half on Everett Lau's 3-run homer. UT Martin tried to come back but fell short in the top of the 8th after only scoring 1 run. The Tigers scored their share of insurance runs in the bottom of the 8th leading the Skyhawks 15-9. After another 1-2-3 inning in the top of the ninth, the Tigers finished the game 6 runs ahead of the Skyhawks. Freshman Richard Fitz earned his first win of the season to help Auburn increase their record to 10-2 and add to their 4-game win streak.
The Tigers' next opponent will be UTSA, as the 3-game series will take place in Plainsman Park. After a big win in Baton Rouge against LSU over the weekend, 2 members of the Auburn women's basketball team have received postseason all-conference honors. Senior guard Janiah McKay was named to the All-SEC second team and All-Defensive team, and Robin Benton was the freshman guard that was named to the SEC All-Freshman team. McKay, a senior, is Auburn's leading scorer, averaging 13.8 points, while also being the team leader in assists with 4.3 per game. McKay has also been a force on the defensive side of the ball, ranking 3rd in the SEC in steals per game with 2.2. Benton, a freshman, has averaged 6.1 points off the bench and ranks among the top SEC freshmen in scoring and provided a spark off the bench with her infectious energy and tenacity. The Tigers are the 6th seed in this week's SEC tournament in Greenville, South Carolina. The Tigers will play in the second round on Thursday night after earning a first-round bye, and will play Alabama after the Crimson Tide took down Vanderbilt in the first round. This is a good matchup for the Tigers, as they swept the season series and won comfortably each time. After the break, colorful floats lined downtown Auburn this weekend, and colorful murals now line the Auburn Mall. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Green hat. Red hat. Oops. Red shirt. Blue shirt. Yellow shirt. Oops. Yellow pants. Red pants. Green pants. Oops.
Auburn's Crew de Tigres held their 3rd annual Mardi Gras parade this weekend, and Eagle Eye's Hope Sharp was along the parade route.
Auburn's annual Mardi Gras parade occurred in downtown Auburn this past Saturday. People from all over Alabama came out to support the participants in the parade.
Well, it's the first time I've been to the Mardi Gras, and I'm from out of town, and I'm just passing through, and I just thought I'd stop by.
So my family's visiting for my brother's birthday. I'll give him a quick birthday shout out. Happy birthday, Austin. And so we thought it would be fun to come down and see the Mardi Gras parade and let them explore downtown.
Mardi Gras is a time for everyone in the community to come together and celebrate with friends, family, and a lot of beads.
My favorite part about Mardi Gras is everybody getting together and having fun.
The parade included around 50 floats, several hundred participants, and thousands of on-standing viewers.
The parade began on Thatched Concourse, went through downtown, and lasted for about 45 minutes.
Jay and Susie Googe Dinner's inaugural season is quickly approaching, and the theater announced its fall schedule Wednesday evening. The performances include big-name shows like Waitress, Rent, and The Beach Boys. The 85,000 square foot building is scheduled for completion in August, and the venue will seat around 1,200 guests.
The Auburn Mall is now filled with colorful drawings and murals from local organizations. Eagle Eye's Riley Wooten has the story.
The Auburn Mall held its 3rd Color for Recalls on Tuesday, March 5th. This year was the biggest yet for the event, with 16 local organizations joining in for the fun. I spoke with Coles Doyle, the marketing director for the owners of the Auburn Mall, and she explained what the main goal for Color for Recalls is.
The main goal is to raise both funds and awareness for local organizations. So the organizations can come to the mall, they can talk on stage about what they do for the community, and then also anyone who shops the mall, shops or eat at the mall from 5 to 7 during the event, they can earn points for participating organization. And those points translate into donations that we make to those organizations at the end of the evening.
This benefit has grown tremendously since it was first held in 2017 with only 5 organizations participating. One of the participating organizations from this year was Project Uplift, which is very popular on Auburn's campus. At the end of the night, the Boys and Girls Club of Lee County was awarded with a $250 Shopper's Choice check for their organization. For Eagle Eye TV, I'm Riley Wooten.
The national event also gives organizations a chance to talk about their work in the community.
Spring break is coming up this weekend, and many students are looking forward to flocking to the beach for a week of relaxation. Popular beaches for spring break are gearing up for the season by reminding visitors of their rules.
Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Destin Beach, and Pensacola Beach have all issued warnings leading up to the season. Gulf Shores is banning alcohol on its beaches beginning March 2nd through April 28th. The city is also introducing parking fees on March 1st and reminding visitors that pets are not allowed on the beach. The city says that it's cracking down on underage drinking during the season.
Just east of Gulf Shores, Orange Beach is also enforcing rules for spring break. A letter released by Mayor Tony Kinnan said, "For those looking for a party town during spring break, Orange Beach is not it. Underage drinking, illegal drug use, disorderly conduct, or any disturbance of the peace is never tolerated here. There will be no warnings, no mulligans, pour-outs, or do-overs. If you are drinking underage, if you are doing illegal drugs, misbehaving, or publicly intoxicated, you will go to jail."
Destin Beach is once again enforcing their zero-tolerance underage drinking policy and says violators can expect to be arrested. Okaloosa Sheriff Larry Ashley wrote in a letter that alcohol is not allowed on any county beach or park. And Pensacola reminding visitors of restrictions on the beach. The city has limitations on where students can get hotels. Things not allowed on the beach include dogs, open flames, and glass containers.
This week's Pet of the Week is Pooh Bear. Pooh captivates visitors with a serious look in his eyes and his strong body. He has a heart of pure gold and loves treats.
Pooh has been in the shelter since late October and is still looking for his forever home. He would prefer to not live in a house with cats or other male dogs. Pooh is heartworm positive, but the shelter has agreed to cover a portion of the cost of his treatment. Pooh is available for adoption at the Lee County Humane Society.
After the break, see what happens when you park in front of a fire hydrant.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
We're all part of your community.
We all play a role in keeping our community safe. So protect your every day.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
With data breaches on the rise, finding the right tools to protect you and your loved ones from identity theft is critical.
That's why the Alabama Department of Revenue is providing residents a free and secure mobile app that uses your face to confirm your identity, so only you can claim your state income tax refund.
Download the Alabama EID to your smartphone and complete a simple 4-step registration process.
Using facial recognition technology, the Alabama EID verifies your identity by matching your face against the picture used to make your driver's license or state-issued ID.
With the Alabama EID, there are no usernames or passwords to remember, and only you can authorize the Department of Revenue to process your state income tax refund.
Don't let someone steal your state tax refund.
Protect your refund.
Protect yourself.
Learn more at alabamaeid.com.
A California fire department is sending a serious message to drivers after having to get creative when using a fire hydrant recently. The Anaheim Fire Department tweeted pictures of a car with its rear windows busted and a fire hose running through them.
The department wrote, "Ever wonder what happens when a car is parked in front of a fire hydrant and a fire breaks out? Is a closer parking spot worth the broken windows and the citation and towing fees?" The department responded to users who said they could have put the hose over the car by saying that the hose must have a straight line out of the hydrant. Putting the heavy hose on top of the car would have resulted in even more body damage.
The department hopes that instead of humiliating the driver, that this is a learning experience for the entire community.
That's all we have for you tonight. Be sure to tune in with us each Thursday and check our website, eagleeye.auburn.com, for all the latest headlines. I'm Stephen Dinan.
And I'm Kaylee Bishop. Thanks for joining us in War Eagle.